We're bringing back our best-selling crystal advent calendars from last year, and I just wanted to go over them with you so you guys could see what's actually in them. All of them are going to come in this cute little red bag right here, right? They're going to come wrapped like this. They're going to be wrapped in foil, each one, and they'll be numbered. You can see the numbers here. They will have numbers so you know what order to open them in. Of course, you can open them whatever order you like. I just did spend some time. Each set is unique. Every single one is unique, and so I spent some time to make sure that they're really interesting when you open them. Like, I wouldn't put two green stones next to each other. I saved some of the best ones for later in the month, that kind of thing, you know? So we have a 12-day set and a 25-day set, and we have different versions. So we've got a version that's all tumbles. We have a version that's all rough. We have a version that's mixed and tumbles, and those will have some nice little rare goodies in there like Larimar, Petersite, stuff like that. Then we have a light edition, so it's more budget friendly. It'll be a mix of tumbles and rough, but it won't have the pieces like Larimar and Petersite. And then we have a deluxe version for those who want to splurge a little bit, and those will be entirely things like the Larimar and the Petersite, Gobi Desert Agate, stuff like that. So I wanted to go through the crystals that could be contained. You can also go to our website, which I will put the link below. And on the website, we will have an encyclopedia, basically, that'll tell you all the information I'm about to give you now. So I have these trays that have the crystals on them, and we're gonna go over them one by one a little bit. So the first crystal we have is these Amazonite. They're rough pieces like this. And Amazonite is great for like calming vibes, but also prosperity and good luck. Next we have some desert rose. It's basically a type of gypsum like selenite or satin spar, and they grow like this, and they're great for the same thing selenite or satin spar would be, so cleansing, energizing, stuff like that. Then we have clear quartz like this. Some of them will also have a tangerine coating on there. Next is a tumble. It's a type of obsidian. It's called mahogany obsidian, and like other obsidians, it's very good for protection, grounding. Ooh, bringing out some of the big boys already. All right. Larimar. Some of them, not all of them, some of them will have these little Larimar slabs. They're not the highest quality, but they're still a very beautiful blue. And then we have Moakite. A Moakite jasper from Australia in little tumble form. Let's see, like this. The Moakite is really good for nurturing and other things that most jaspers are good for. I also think they've got like, Moakite's got like a really like adventurous spirit. Then we have some rough amethyst, like this piece here. And amethyst, of course, is a classic. It's great for good sleep, protection, intuition, all that type of stuff. We've got some blue lace agate nodules. Most of these have some, I don't know if you can see, most of them have druzy in them, little druzy pockets. And blue lace is one of my top recommendations if you're needing some like healing, finding joy in small things, happiness. Really good for stress relief. One of my favorites is Gobi Desert Agate. So this is not one that a lot of people have in their collections already. We're trying to include some unique pieces. They come in all sorts of colors that you'd find agate. And I like to use them for like weathering storms and changes because they actually get their tumbled shape is natural, and they get it from being blown over desert sands, and the sands naturally just tumble them. Some of them will have these little golden sheen obsidian spheres a little bit. And like the mahogany obsidian, obsidian's really protecting, grounding. The golden sheen and the silver sheen I like in particular for like revealing truth in situations, revealing what's hidden. Next we have some petrified wood tumbles. Some of them are smaller like this, but I also have some big pieces in there. This one, and I actually purchased these from a local person, a local mineral dealer who tumbled them herself, and they're local to Texas. It's actually petrified palm wood. Then we've got like the ultimate happy stone right here. We've got Dalmatian jasper, little tumbles. I said this is a stone of happiness and joy, having fun. Then I've got some kyanite blades. These are tumbled. Kyanite's good for like your throat chakra, so communication, wisdom. No collection's complete without carnelian, right? So we also included in some of them carnelian. Ranges from this kind of earthy tone here to the red you're probably more familiar with. And of course, carnelian's really good for passion, energy, vitality, you know, like really kind of kicking the butt. Then we have picture jasper, like this right here. Picture jasper always gives me major desert vibes. I love deserts and desert energy. So it's really good for connecting to your landscape and your environment. And just general nurturing like jasper as a whole is. We've also got some howlite. It's actually magnesite, but a lot of howlite on the market is actually magnesite that's been mislabeled. So y'all probably are familiar seeing it labeled as howlite, but it's actually magnesite. It's a very, very calming and balancing stone. So it's the one that I make a bracelet of that I recommend for everybody who's just kind of feeling overwhelmed. And we also have these that are just kind of mixed tumbles. They're little hearts. So we've got two kinds. There's a more flat one right here, and then we have these cute little puffy hearts. And they come in all sorts of materials. Clear quartz, some of them have some inclusions, so they're kind of like lodolite. Here's one. There's large tumbles, and then there's also like teardrop shapes, like this one right here. And clear quartz, of course, is like great for amplifying other energy, cleansing, purifying. Really, if you could only ever have one crystal, it'd be quartz that I'd recommend. Then I've got some rough emeralds right here, and they have some pyrite in the matrix. Emerald is great for your heart and healing heartache and guilt. But also, as you might imagine it, being emerald is great for abundance, manifestation, and wealth. There's also some prasiolite. I may be mispronouncing that one. It's a type of green quartz. You can see it's got a very faint green color. These pieces are heat treated. You can find natural prasiolite, but it's more rare. So these are heat treated. And they've got some more properties to regular quartz, but kind of mix in like growth and new beginnings and wealth in there as well for the green. And I've also got some charoite. These are lower grade, so they're more lavender than dark purple. And charoite is a stone of visionaries, intuition. These crystals would only be found in the luxe version of our advent calendars. So we've got things like chrysocolla, tumbled Caribbean calcite, mini Shiva lingams, and iolite. And your calendar also will come with like a little zine book, so you can check off the materials that you get, and it'll also give you the property information. There's some ocean jasper heart with lots of orbs. Then we have some Shiva shells right there. Sunstone and moonstone tumbles. Onto this tray, we've got a lot of colors on this one. Starting out strong is one of the crystals I recommend for root chakra work. It's red jasper. We've got some red jasper tumbles. We also have red jasper rough pieces too, and these are kind of large. We have some yellow calcite tumbles. And yellow calcite's good for happiness and joy, but also like solar energy, motivation. Then we have green aventurine, which is one of my favorites for prosperity work. We have it as a tumble, but we also have rough pieces. Cool thing about the rough pieces is we have two different kinds. I've got this batch, which is a darker green. Then we have my new material, which is my favorite, which is ultra glittery. I don't know if you can see just how glittery that is. So super shiny green aventurine, great for prosperity, new beginnings. And we've got my go-to for protection work, which is black tourmaline. Then we've got rose quartz, both rough and tumbled. And of course, rose quartz is good for love and compassion. Sodalite rough pieces, great for communication and understanding and seeking the truth. These black obsidian nodules, they're also called Apache tears. I'm just not a huge fan of that name. So they naturally form like this. They're really good. They're like one of the best crystals for grief work. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Almost all of the advent calendars either have the desert rose that we looked at earlier, or they have selenite. So this is actual selenite. Can see it's super clear, but like satin spar, it's just really good for general cleansing, and it's really good like to keep around your other crystals, because then they'll keep your crystals clean. Some rough rutilated quartz pieces. Rutilated quartz gives me like major solar vibes. We have these apatite sticks. Apatite's a very soothing stone. And these are tiny, but they pack a wallop. These are absolutely stunning pieces of sunstone. I'm not gonna be able to catch it on camera, but they have gorgeous glitter. Every one, I handpicked all of them to make sure they have the confetti in them. I carry a piece of sunstone with me all the time because it helps boost my mood. Rough Prenite. Again, this one's good for new beginnings. This one's also good for heartache. They're little rough pieces. A lot of them have druze. And there's garnet, which is really good for heart work, also root chakra work, so stability, security. Moss agate, which is a stone of new beginnings again, and transformation. It's also very soothing. So we've got little tumbles of those. And I couldn't help myself, you guys. I snuck in some fire agate. Like, it's a genuine fire agate. Most of them don't have the rainbow flash, but they still have awesome energy. Then the last tray of things that are in the advent calendar. We went over quartz already as points, but we also have quartz chunks. For intuition, we have rainbow moonstone. A lot of them have blue flash, but not all of them do. So got rainbow moonstone tumbles, green fluorite, which is good for concentration, focus, memory recall. Rough lavender rose quartz. It has the same properties as regular rose quartz, which we already went over. It's just a deeper color. So we have some rough pieces of that. We've also got some smoky quartz points. Smoky quartz is very protective, in addition to being grounding. There is sardonyx. And this sardonyx has got the white and the black. It doesn't have much of the red, just a little bit, but not much. Kind of like the sunstone. They're small, but they're beautiful quality. There's little petersite tumbles. And again, I handpicked all of these little tumbles, so each of them will have some chatoyancy. And petersite is also known as the tempest stone, so it's really good for like weathering life storms and transformation. And we've also got blue calcite right here, which is also very soothing and calming. Citrine daggers. So these are heat treated amethyst. It turns them yellow like this. It's personal preference. If you feel like they have properties that are similar to amethyst or citrine, I personally feel like they're pretty similar to natural citrine. So I like using them for manifestation, prosperity. I love these so much. These wild spring green opal rough pieces. And I know I mentioned a lot of crystals that have to deal with new beginnings and transitions, but this is my favorite for them. Got larger peach moonstone pieces. Then the ultimate crystal for calming, lepidolite. Blue aragonite rough. And I've snuck some of those in there as well. Blue aragonite is great for like ocean vibes. Some of the advent calendars will even have these labradorite tumbles, which don't look that amazing, but these are AAA quality. So each one is very flashy. See, super flash. There's some like little sodalite daggers. We already went over the rough sodalite meaning. Some of the advent calendars will have these agate slices right there. So the advent calendars are already available on my Etsy, and I will also have them on the live sales for as long as they last. Thank you guys for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions, and if you enjoyed this video, give me like a thumbs up, because I'm toying with the idea of doing YouTube more often. So if there's any type of content you'd like to see from me as well, just mention it in the comments below. So thank you guys.